So this is not to be meant to be a political video of one side over the other side, but simply just the lies that Christians tell. And what we have here is J.D. Vance, whose wife is Hindu and he's Christian, the Vice President of the United States, went in front of went to a college having a debate. And it's always interesting that these grown-ass men like to go to colleges and debate college students, yet they are afraid to deal with more seasoned adults who can combat their bullshit a hell of a lot better. So he went to this college, and in one of his statements, he said this, which is on your screen right now, that the Jefferson and Madison view freedom of religion is based on Christianity. This is not true whatsoever. What Jefferson and Madison mainly talked about was a freedom of religion, that everybody should have the freedom of religion, because they didn't want or believe that people should be forced into a religion, that the state shouldn't control the religion. If you read what Jefferson and Madison wrote, especially Madison in the Federalist Papers, he never mentions God, he never mentions Christianity when he spoke about separation of church and state. Especially Madison is the one who truly declared that there should be a separation of church and state, so that a theocracy can't reign over the government and force people into a religion. This is not Christian based. Madison may have been a Christian, but this is not Christian based. Jefferson was like a theist. So he wasn't even Christian. Jefferson was more of the Enlightenment period and more of a reader of Thomas Paine. And so many of the things expressed by Jefferson were Enlightenment theories and Enlightenment practices. So he wasn't talking about, he wasn't coming from a Christian base, since he wasn't even Christian. That part ends up, invalidates this statement. Now, onto the idea that Christianity is the basis of religious freedom. No. Christians, certain variations of Christians came to America in order to have their religious freedom, but they did not believe that religious freedom was something that everybody should, that was based in Christianity. See, the Puritans came here, but they came because they wanted to practice their form of Christianity their way. And anybody who came into their community had to practice it their way. Pilgrims, the same thing, had to be practiced their way. And every other version of Christianity would seclude themselves in communities where they practiced their religion their way. The basis of it wasn't that Christianity says that you should have religious freedoms. It's the fact that each group thought that the way to practice Christianity properly was their way. And in Christianity, one major fact gets rid of the entire idea that religion, that freedom of religion is based on Christianity. And that is the fact that the only way to go to heaven is through Jesus. If you don't go through Jesus, you go to hell. If you believe in any other God, you go to hell. If you worship any other God, you go to hell. If you die and you do not believe in Jesus, you go to hell. If your name is not found in the book of life, you go to hell. There is no religious freedom in Christianity, because they believe that they are the way, the truth, and the light, which is something that was also spoken by other deities prior to Jesus. But they believe that that is the only way. So there is no religious freedom in Christianity. It is religious totalitarianism and religious supremacy that is taught in Christianity. So it always kills me when these politicians and other people of their ilk try to talk about religion, try to talk about history, when that is not their forte. They don't know the history, they don't know the religion, they know their politics. And some of them don't even know their own politics, but they know their politics. That's it. And they trick these people, they trick Christians into believing that they are devout in their religion so that people will continue to vote for them. One day people might wake up and realize these scammers are really just trying to utilize your emotional attachment to your religion in order for them to maintain the power and control that they have over you. Utilizing your fear of going to hell to maintain control and power over you. Make you think that you are doing Christianity the right way in order to maintain control over you. That is all J.D. Vance did. He did not care to be right in this statement that he made. What he cared about is ensuring that his base will continue to follow him. So you can be a fool. And you can keep following him. You can be a fool and keep thinking that these people have your best interest at heart. But they do not. They do not. They simply want to maintain their control and their oppression over you. But one day, you'll free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.